Welcome to the Universal Awareness Fellowship. We are having our Sunday service. We invite all of you to join us on YouTube weekly as we post each of the services or a variation of them. We can't always record all of them in our office, but we do the best we can. We start by welcoming everybody. Happy to have you all here. And we begin by lighting a candle. There we are. A candle that helps represent the universal laws and energies that we will be drawing upon in order to give ourselves the opportunity to give blessings and prayers to those in need. Every week, we invite people to either call out, if we're doing a live video, to chat with us or post, or please, you're always welcome to send us the comments. You can find information on the Universal Awareness Fellowship.org. Today we are giving blessings to all of those in need across the world, as well as Tony, Lucas, Barb, Amelie, Larry, and another Larry. Send your energies out, sending healing. And if you're watching this on video, you're welcome to think or say out loud the names of the people that you care about, that you want to send to. The group energy doesn't have a time or space limitation, so feel free to join in at any point in time. If anyone else has someone, please let me know. And you can say it silently to yourself. There are a few names that I have said silently. I would also like to send to Sue. And to a little baby who's going through quite a bit right now. Feel the energy swirling. Feel the energy passing from us to that person, giving healing and blessings. Namaste. So now we go to the second part of our service, in which case what we do is we begin to talk about the universal laws today. Each service or each fellowship hour has a different focus, a different topic. We've been doing the 12 universal laws. When we complete those, we'll be doing the 4 agreements each time. So, what I'd like to do is see if I can get my camera. Of course, it's not going to do what I want it to do, will it? Okay, seems to still be going. It's just not doing what I thought it would do. I was hoping it would capture me and my talking to you. But in the meantime, we'll try it this way. Switching the camera around, I suppose, but then I won't know what, if I turn it, I won't know what I look like, which is always fun. So, the universal law of balance is what we're talking about today. It's one of the 12 universal laws, and often you will see it titled the Universal Law of Gender. But as you'll come to understand, we here at the Fellowship felt that it should be renamed, and so we are calling it the Universal Law of Balance. When it's described, it talks about the yin and the yang of life. Now, that symbol is represented by a circle, and the circle has been separated by an S-curved line into two halves, two equal halves. One side is called the yin, or the female side. The other is the yang, the male side. And it shows that the universe is always meant to be in harmony. Equal amounts of male and female energy. Now they add to this symbol, on each side, there's a circle, a little circle within it, and that contains the opposite influence. So there's always a little yin in the yang and a little yang in the yin. The idea of this is that it is multifaceted, but we're going to talk first about creation. Creation, life, is able to manifest through the coming together of male and female. Often it's said that these two genders are what makes life possible at all. But though we can categorize most everything into these two niches or genders, there are natural examples of asexuality in living creatures that reproduce. They don't necessarily need to have both sexes. They have it within one organism. It's necessary in our belief to look beyond the gender symbolism in understanding this law. If only one looked at the genders, if one only looked at the gender symbolism, then the name of this universal law made sense. But the yin and the yang have multiple other meanings, and we believe that by embracing these and sensing where we might be out of sync, the law truly means balance in all things. Yin and yang are complementary to each other. This is not opposition, but harmony. Yin is cloudy, shaded, or in some meanings, shelter. Means the moon, the north side of the hill or river bank. Yin is seen as closed, sometimes treacherous. Yang, though, is bright and sunny. Of course, the sun. The south side of a hill or river bank. It has the meaning of being open. Balance is what encompasses everything in the universe. There is always the pull to reharmonize when anything is off balance. You can think of it like heat. When there's a cold room with the door shut and the hallway on the other side is warm, the door creates a barrier. And there is imbalance. One too cold, one too hot. Open the door, and nature seeks to balance the two, the hot air moving into the cold, and as the cold is displaced, it moves into the warm. Eventually, balance is restored, and both areas will be the same temperature. This works for all of us. When a person is too feminine or too masculine, they're off-balanced. They may seek balance in a mate of the opposite characteristic. They may feel uncomfortable or that they are seeking something that they can't quite pinpoint. You may have felt off balance at times, whether it's male or female, whether it's open, closed, cold, or hot. There's always those opposites, and we're always looking to integrate the two so that we feel personally balanced. If you have that feeling that something is off and you aren't sure what it is, look to the balances and the things in your life. Now, there are many ways to see if you're out of sync, and a simple one is to draw a yin and yang symbol on a piece of paper, and then use a pendulum to answer questions. Holding it over the symbol, you can ask, is my yin in harmony? Is my yang in harmony? Do I need more yin or more yang? You can narrow those questions down if you like. Is it my health that's out of balance? What do I need more of? And then holding it over the symbol, you may get those answers. There are many, many questions. And often that's what we work with clients on, is how to help them to find those questions and find those answers. Now, this law is important because of the duality of the universe. Is what we as souls have chosen to experience. When we are on the other side, we are balanced. When we come into a body, we make choices. Are we going to be in a female body or a male body? Are we going to be in a body that doesn't feel right or sit with us? When we select our gender to be born in, we set in motion a set of characteristics. It's part of our growth process to learn why. Why did we choose this gender? Why do we experience what we're going through? Is this a pattern from other past lives? Do we frequently come into female or male bodies? Or can we tap in to the opposite side that we have experienced many, many times before? All individual questions. Each of us, each of our souls has a different reason for why we've manifested into this particular body at this particular time with these particular obstacles, challenges, and supports. Often it has to do with our karma. And some of these things we relate to because we really need to face them. We need to look at what the karmic issues are. I wanted to speak just briefly on karma and dharma because we use those words all the time. Now, karma means action, work, or deed. It's the spiritual principle of cause and effect, where intent and actions of each of us is considered the cause, and that those influence our future, which is then the effect. Now, dharma is different, and we don't use that word quite as often, but in Hinduism it means behaviors that are considered to be in accord with the order that makes life and the universe possible. So all the things like the universal laws is part of dharma. It's part of living your life ethically, doing what you feel is your duty, being virtuous, or the right way of living. Buddhism is a little less challenging in their meaning in that they just look at it as cosmic law and order. Very similar, but not quite as restrictive as duties and rights. So there are multiple ways of kind of looking at the same thing. But dharma is choosing to live in balance with the universal laws. And karma is creating your own choices. It's where things are up to you and what you decide and how you act can change everything. Ideally, you'll want to feel more and more in balance. You want to look at your yin and your yang, at where you're out of balance, and shift that. And that may be looking at your karma to cut the karmic cords. And as you become more balanced, you will have improved dharma. You will be living in accordance with the universal laws. Oops, sorry. So please join us every Sunday. We will be posting on YouTube what we are talking about in our fellowship hour. And we welcome all of you in Menominee Falls, Wisconsin, to come in person and join us at the Universal Awareness Fellowship. This is Reverend Keridak Silk, and I appreciate you being with me.